Oftentimes when we talk about referees throughout sports, it's because they blew a call or it was questionable. But for what happened last week, we have somebody who's joining us that if there was a Yinzer Hall of Fame, he certainly would be inducted into it. The Yinzer referee joins us now. Marty Linn, thank you so much for taking some time out, Marty.
Thank you for having me.
How has this all been for you? The publicity, the sense that you've gone viral. What's this been like for you the last couple of days?
Kind of overwhelming because, like I said, like I told you earlier, being an official, you never want to be known because usually when you're known, it's because you've done something wrong. So.
When did you find out that you did go viral, and how did that first story, those first couple moments when you did find out things were starting to pop off a little bit?
It was Saturday afternoon. When I come out of the hospital, I seen on my phone, my good friend Matt Shipton sent me a text. He sent, it was a picture of the, that you should be mayor, and then, so I started looking at it, and I was laughing. It was funny. It was really good.
5-yard penalty, still first down. Defense, number 6, 15-yard penalty, the result, first down. Face mask, defense. That penalty be assessed on the kickoff. The extra point is good.
You said to me off camera that you've never really been known or noticed yourself that you had a Pittsburgh accent, which most Pittsburghers don't, right?
I don't get to see many of my games because I don't believe in DVRs or anything like that. I just, if it's on, and then I wait for people to tell me how it was.
You're a Pittsburgher, born and bred, from McKeesport.
Yes.
Didn't play sports in high school, so how did you end up finding your way into being a PIAA official?
My older brother, he's for 50 years, he was doing baseball and basketball at WPIL. And now he's like the rules interpreter for baseball for the state. He works for the state. Well then, when I moved back from New Jersey in '90, I got a job up at Irvin Works because they were looking for craft people to come back. They reached out to us to come back to work. So I figured it would be a good opportunity to get back here. So I started to work. I was there 3 months and they told me I'm getting laid off. So I told my brother, I said, I got to get some money to supplement my income while I'm laid off. And I was only laid off for 2 weeks, I think it was at the time. Well, anyways, then I took the test for baseball, and that's when I started baseball. It was in '91. Started doing it.
You know, I think this only adds to your story of being a Yinzer. One of the most Yinzer jobs that you could possibly have is working at a still mill.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And you got a taste of that over 30 years at the last place that you worked.
Yeah, so total with the 10 years from the National Tube and then the 30, I had ended up with 42 years total when I retired.
You mentioned to me before about being a PIAA official, but also realizing that we're trying to recruit the next generation of PIAA officials, and the shortage of that is, and one where if things don't change in the way that things are going right now, games aren't going to all be played on Friday nights, and they're going to have to start spreading officials out. How important that is just to recruit some young people into putting on the stripes.
It is. It's really important to do that because what we're doing now in baseball right now with the state is they've started a program where we've opened it up to high school kids. Okay, and then what they'll do, they take their test, and then what we do is we put them with a senior official, and then they work underclass games, 8th and 9th grade, stuff like that, to get their feet wet, and then they learn that way. So at least that's one way of starting them. Football, I don't think we've started anything like that, but we're trying to get guys, the young men and young women, to come into there and work their way through midgets and then get into the high schools. A lot of guys are coming first year, and they're working on high school games right off the bat.
Some of the comments from your video said that they were comparing you to Myron Cope, and that you had the voice of Pittsburgh. How do you respond to something like that, being that you're kind of being painted as the Pittsburgh guy?
Never knew I had anything like that, like it says. Never realized it until you've seen these comments, But then again, if you're from Pittsburgh, nobody notices that when you're from Pittsburgh. Probably most of the people that are saying that aren't from here.
Right. So Pat McAfee puts you on his show and has put you on his show for the last couple of days.
Yes.
You got featured with Aaron Rodgers. Do you ever think in a million years you'd be on Pat's show, another Pittsburgh guy who loves, it's well documented, he loves his Yinzers.
Oh, yeah, he does.
But even for Aaron Rodgers, a guy that's not very familiar with the Yinzers, wanting and appreciating what you did.
And he had a good laugh about it, too.
Now, he mentioned that if the NFL ever were to lock out again, that he wants you as an official. Would you take him up on that offer?
I'm a little old for that now. Those guys move too quick for me.
Well, Marty, thanks so much for taking the time out. I really appreciate you hopping on and embracing this. I hope you know from both JP and I, we were not making fun of you. We were embracing this. I think it's an awesome thing.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Marty Linn joining us here. And if you don't mind, stick around with us. We're going to do some little fun Yinzer phrases with you.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
Our yin's going down to Southside Giant Eagle. Throw some Isley's chipped ham in the buggy. We need some pop and jumbo too. Some jagoff cut me off in traffic downtown on my way to Permanis. It's slippy out. Don't crash in the creek.
You are a Steelers fan, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a Pirate fan too, but I can't stand to go down. I can only watch them on TV. You know, it's like sticking a hot poker in your eye watching them.
That's a good one in its own sense.
Result of the play, first down.
Still first down.